So the auto show is back in town. I didn't realize it was a Toronto Star event, by the way. That's a thing they've been doing for like years. I I didn't realize that, but
Like the newspaper hosts the show.
I think unless I'm stupid, it's
Huh.
possible. But
Okay.
yeah, and BMW is back at the show for the first time apparently in years, which surprises me that they were gone. Seems like one of the and they have the nicest fucking booth there. Like the booth is a whole like floor basically with like
Hmm.
Bro,
neon lights and
last year
M
when I went,
colors. Huh?
they didn't have any. The only BMW that was there was the XM. So hopefully this year they had more.
Oh, they got tons, bro.
Take us
Like
to
every
the.
M car is there. Well, actually, no, it's not true. M2, the new M5, the wagon, the 5,300 pound wagon. The M4, M4 CS.
Mm. Hanson's favorite.
No, it looks the M3 CS.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They both have
Um,
floating calipers in the rear, so
they both. That's we've been talking about that for the last week. It's
Can't
really hard
unsee
to
that
stomach.
after Nick mentioned it.
You can't unsee it. It's ruined cars for you.
Fucked me up.
Aaron's been sending pictures of being like, "You fucking ruined me," or just the rear fucking wheel of BMWs,
all these brakes smell like poor people.
dude. Um, so yeah, I had the opportunity to go to the auto show, as media today. Uh, it was fun. It was a tough experience. That was a lot of walking. That place is full of shit. But I will say, not having to deal with crowds, pretty cool, and pretty cruel to people who do not get to go when there are no crowds. I haven't
So
been as a normal person in a long time.
is is Media Day basically just the regular auto show without crowds, or
It's
do you have or is there more interaction with like the manufacturers or
both, yeah. So there's more interaction with manufacturers. There are no barriers around the cars, so you can actually walk right up. And I sat in the M5 today. You, from what I understand, you're generally not allowed to do that. They lock the cars. They actually put. I've heard they put tape over the handle that says this is a locked car. So they keep people away from them because normal people are not very respectful. So
They're
I
just
mean,
it's
stealing
like
fair
I
shit
said,
enough.
now.
a lot of people used to like break window switches or steal shift knobs and stuff. I
Well,
remember
now,
the
yeah.
last, this is gonna age me a little bit. The last auto show that I went to was in the early 2000s when the 996 generation 911s were the hotness at the time. And I remember being able to get in and sit in one of them and like row through the gears.
Yeah.
996, man. That's the like early 2000s.
Yeah, it was like 01, 02. I
Wow.
vividly remember it was like a 996, just regular Carrera.
Yeah, I think same for me. I think it was like around probably 2003, 2004 was the last time I've been. I was pretty young. So,
Wow, you guys would have been like 7, 8 years old.
what the fuck? No, I was like 11, 12.
I probably would have been nine-ish, 8, 9. What
Yeah.
year did the FJ Cruiser come out? I think
Oh,
that was the year I went.
2003, 4, something like that. I think it was the concept was out in like
Uh,
2004, 5
yeah,
actually.
it was one of the concepts. So the actual car came out in '06. So yeah, I probably sometime between '03 and '05 was the last one I went to.
Yeah. Yeah. I think yeah, probably something like that for me as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been that all to say it's been a while, but Aaron, you've gone to stuff more recently than us, right?
I went last year. It was
Okay.
very. It was not really eventful. The only
No.
cars that they allowed us into were like the EVs and a bunch of vans. It was pretty fun getting all my friends to pile up in the van to see like. Imagine that I had a 4-person family. What that would be like. You know, play that dad role. That fulfilled the fantasy that I had.
Yeah, I know you've
Yeah,
always wanted to be a dad with a minivan. That's
That's right.
every time we talk,
I
that's
just
what he tells us.
I just sent it in our chat, but that I vividly remember seeing that FJ Cruiser at the last auto show I went to
Really?
because it had like the really off-roady looking tires on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been like '03, '04, I think.
Um, I think I'm around the same time. So, Aaron, you were disappointed by last year's auto show, basically.
Yeah, and they stopped giving out posters. That was the most exciting thing I remember going as a
They stopped
child.
giving out posters.
Yeah.
They
You
had
didn't, did you get
posters.
any? Yeah, they
No,
used to give out posters.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
they
get
used
any
to give
today
like
either.
like posters and just random trinkets and stuff, keychains.
I got a
Yeah.
free Hot Wheels. Uh, Hot Wheels was like, come get a free gift, and it was a Hot Wheel. So that's cool. It's a monster truck. I know some people get
So
big into collecting rare shit. I don't.
I've
So,
started collecting Hot Wheels.
have you
I've been on
really?
I do.
another rabbit
Every
hole.
time I go to like Walmart or the dollar store or something, I'll look around and just I only collect stuff that I like. I don't really know if it's rare. None of it probably is, but like I basically have a Hot Wheels collection of the cars that I'd own if I could actually afford them.
I feel that. No, that's a good way to do it. Like, have little models of stuff you like. It's just people who are like, this one, they only made 300 of these, released in Japan in the early 2000s. Like, I don't fucking care, man.
I I I will be honest, they are doing like a Yokohama SW20
Are they?
release. That one I kind of want to get.
I
But
Just
don't
mean,
you
just 'cause
find
I
them
have an
so
MRT.
ugly though? Like the quality of the Hot Wheels is
yeah,
just
they're like shitty little
Definitely,
die
definitely
casts.
gone
ugly as
down.
shit.
Either I have rose tinted glasses or they're worse than they used to be.
I
Like it's
wouldn't.
not something that I would put in my room, even though
No.
I have one right there. But still,
No. Well, people, this is the thing I don't understand, right? And this is a bit of an aside, but like, we like quality items generally. We like nice things. I think it's, we're humans who like nice things. But like, I don't understand. Like it, I understand also on a small scale. Like it's hard to make detailed things when it's tiny. So like you give it a pass. But I've seen small models that are really intricate. So like I
Some of
do
those
believe they're getting
Japanese ones
shipped.
are
yeah.
insane.
But Hot Wheels
Yes,
are like what, $3 each? I guess
Yeah,
that's
they're
I
like
not
they're
bad.
more than that now, aren't they?
few, but you can still get them at the dollar store for like $1.50.
Really, I wouldn't be surprised if it's different runs.
I don't know. I have like a sort of like a car corner in my room. So I have like my Hot Wheels pinned to the wall. I have like my signed Magnus Walker poster, my signed Top Gear poster, and
That's pretty cool.
I
Well, you have a
keep my tech.
signed Top Gear poster?
Yeah,
Who signed it?
Jeremy, James, and Richard.
Really?
Huh? Were you
Yes.
like live on set? Like how did you do that?
No, I just bought one.
You
Oh,
just bought
okay.
one.
We don't
I
talk
wish I
about
was
that.
live on set, but I would have been um, very young at the time.
You know what's annoying is
I'm,
last
I'm a
year.
little sad. I'll never get to experience that, but
Yeah,
it, it
last
was
year
good.
Richard was at the auto show. Apparently, he's actually in the promo video.
Yes,
You can see it, and I'm like,
yes, I
other
remember that.
not there this year, obviously. So I'm like, oh, cool.
What was
I
he
So
remember
promoting?
fuck if I
seeing
know.
him on Instagram.
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. It's not crazy thought that they bring people in. Can I say so you had a bad experience, not bad, but it was mediocre last year. I This year is better, I would assume. I was impressed with the selection of cars. I have to say, we don't have to dwell on this because we've talked about EVs. The BMW i4 is a very good looking car. It sucks
You
it's an
know what?
EV.
As and we've touched on it before, so I'll keep it brief. As an appliance,
Yeah.
it is fine.
Yeah.
It is a good appliance.
Sure.
It looks nice, and it does the commuting thing well, and that's all I have to say about it. Would
If
never own
they
one.
If the new 340i looked like that, I'd buy one. It's a very attractive. It's like also like we've complained about the snout on BMWs before. Not maybe not here, but in general, that car doesn't have the snout. I don't think. So
It
unless
does.
it does. Am I
It does.
misremembering? It's been a long day.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about the i5, the electric M5,
Mm.
like not M5, but like the
Oh, it
5
does have
Series.
the snout. Wait. Yeah,
It
I'm
has
just
the snout,
crazy.
but it's like closed off
I
because
like
it
the
doesn't really
i5.
need
That one's pretty
to
cool.
intake anything.
Right. Because
Dude, I
it's
can't wait till
bullshit.
these depreciate to like 30 grand. I think that's when I come in.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was the i5 then that I was thinking of. I misspoke there. Um, yeah. Do what? And you think you would pick up an i4 at 30 grand?
Bro, 30 grand, i5 M60, man, that'd be sick.
I
That thing
promise
looks
you, it
pretty
won't be
cool in
long.
black.
It won't be long. EVs tank. Anyway, let's not get sucked into the same hole we've been sucked into twice. Um, it's hard not to. There's so many fucking EVs at the show, and I just don't fucking care. Like, I don't know how to say that nicely, but I don't fucking care.
As a normie though, that's what it appeals to, right?
But
Like
I
they
don't
go there, they
believe
want to
that.
see all these cars.
Yeah, I think we just have to sort of realize and understand that the auto show isn't for us. It's to sell
normies,
product
bro.
and future product to normal or normaler people.
I suppose honestly, I just have this idea in my head, and call me nuts, and you probably will, that I think normal people who attend an auto show aren't going because they want to see like Tesla likes. I think they're going because they enjoy looking at beautiful cars more than anything, and I think that leads into them not being fully sold on EVs. Personally,
I think you're probably underestimating the amount of people who are just like, "Hey, the auto show's in town. Let's go waste a
are
Saturday
people like
afternoon
that?
there."
They
Not
do that?
not waste, but
They go to see all their cars in one place. So they don't have to go to individual dealerships. I
You're
think
telling me
that's
that people go to a
why they're
thing that
doing
they
it.
barely give a shit about and waste an entire day walking around it?
yeah, we just had this
Yeah.
discussion the other week. Like, people will just walk into dealerships and buy cars sometimes. They don't even fucking need a car.
Are we
They'll just
living
walk
in a
in
world of idiots?
and just still be looking. And if you're good enough, you just convince them to sign on the dotted line. Like, yeah, people are like that.
That upsets me. It
So, like,
confuses
yeah,
me.
people will just be like, "Hey, let's go to the auto show. It's
All
around."
right. I mean, fucking
Advertising
fair
works.
enough. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, a lot of EVs. There's an EV test track. Who gives a shit? Honestly, some of the cars are very attractive. The new Polestar 3 and 4 were there. They're pretty. Sucks their EVs. Volvo's I think it's EX30, like the really small one. It's almost the size of like a hatchback.
Hmm.
Really good looking fucking car. Like very
Is that their
pretty.
new EV?
I
Or
mean,
is
I
it-
think
I think so.
that's probably one thing that's sort of interesting about EVs, because you don't really have to pack a full engine in them. It's just electric motors and batteries, so you can, and you don't have to really worry about intakes so much and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So you can be a lot more free with the styling.
I
There's no
suppose.
tunnel for the transmission either, right? So just a flat bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of interior space there for the passengers.
I got to see the Mustang GTD. I got to get right up close with it, which was cool. That shit's gonna be roped to hell. But
Did they let you in that one?
I
Yeah,
still can't
yeah,
stomach
yeah.
300 grand for a Mustang.
No, and that's
Like, it's definitely just a collector's
yeah.
museum piece toy. I
I
don't think anybody's gonna buy one and actually track it.
I hope some Chinese company duplicates the body, and sells kits. But
Oh, Street Hunter
They
already did,
probably
and he's
have.
Chinese company.
did really? I heard
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that he's already
Yeah,
getting a
Ford-
lawsuit.
Ford sued him for it.
Did they really?
Yep. He tried to
Uh,
unveil it at SEMA, I think, and Ford was like, "Nope."
I mean,
That's so
what did
embarrassing.
you expect? I eh. To be honest, it's so 50-50. Some companies don't give a shit. Some are like, eat my dick. So I don't know. Like they're the guys who sell like the rep, like what is it, GT 500 kits for Mustangs that we've talked about. Putting on an EcoBoost would be the funniest fucking thing, and taking it to like a Mustang meet. I still dream of that. A GT
Yeah,
500 kit on
I
EcoBoost.
think that would be funny.
I think that'd be really funny.
It would be funny in the ironic way of like, how mad can you make the other Mustang
Oh
owners
yeah,
there?
fully. I think it would be also
But then
really
on like
funny.
the flip side of that, I think it'd be really funny to put one on like a really built EcoBoost that's
Yeah.
faster than GTs.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That would be the funniest shit in the world. And just like big livery that says like EcoBoost across the side and stuff like that. That would
Yeah.
upset some people. I think that would be fun. Nothing against Mustang drivers specifically. It's just easy to pick on them. So yeah. So I really like Toyota had nothing there that was even remotely interesting. I mean, they had a Mark V Supra and the new front bumper GR Corolla. Okay, we've seen it. It's not that
There's a
interesting.
Land Cruiser too, probably, right?
It was there, yeah. It's just a fucking big SUV. I don't know, man.
New
That doesn't.
Tacomas,
I mean,
4Runner.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Corolla, they trademarked
yeah.
the GR Celica name today.
Oh God, please, please
So
just do it. I'll just wait. I'll
my
just
my
wait till it comes.
my 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 thought on that is, if they're actually serious about it, it's either going to replace the GR86 for
Yeah.
next generation. It's going to become the Celica, and there will be no BRZ anymore. Or, and this is what I hope they'll do, is they give us a GR Corolla drivetrain based two-door coupe
That would be
that
dope.
like replaces what the 2-liter Supra used to be.
The 2 liter Supra was a joke, and it was so close in price to the 3 liter. It was like you'd actually have to be stupid to buy the car.
Mhm. The
Uh,
B48 as an engine is a good engine. Like, it's literally just a B58 minus 2 cylinders, so it's a very
sure.
strong engine. But in that package was just not that great.
In that
But like
package, 5,000 away.
B58 and like the Mini Cooper S, I think it comes in.
Mm.
Fun.
Yeah, sure. It's just a weird price point. It's fucking stupid.
It was
Like,
a weird price, but Canada in general just has weird fucking pricing.
Hope they
yeah.
don't get rid of the 86 though. It's just so iconic.
Uh, yeah, could see them getting
People
rid of
can't
the
even
GR
fucking
Corolla sooner.
pronounce Celica. Celica.
No.
Celica. I don't know.
I think
What
we'll
is
get
it?
2 more generations of GR Corolla, and then they'll probably take that off. I don't think those are selling
I
as
don't
well.
I don't I don't think we'll get 2 more generations of. I think the
Not
GR
generation.
Corolla
Sorry,
will be.
years, not generations.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I think the GR Corolla might be done after this generation. So hey, maybe the Celica GR replaces that. Who knows?
I think that's realistic. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll have a base Celica and like a GR Celica.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool.
How do they
See,
do
Like
it?
like I feel like if it replaced the GR86 entirely, they could do that and have like a base rear wheel or front wheel drive normally aspirated model, and then the
yeah.
GR model with the GR Corolla drivetrain. I just don't know what engine and transmission they would use in the base out of their parts bin.
Or even like what gap in the market does this car fill?
It
Uh
it would fill the if it replaced the GR86, it would fill that gap potentially up to where the 2-liter Supra used to be.
yeah.
Or if it replaced the GR Corolla, it would essentially pull Toyota out of the hot hatch market. But if it's going to be like what I think it is, give us a two-door personal coupe sort of thing, like where the original Celica lived.
Yeah.
Like, it's not quite a Halo product, but it's like a step up between like their entry level sports car and their Halo sports car.
Hmm.
It's probably going to retain a very similar price to the GR Corolla. I would be like with that specific engine combo. What are we thinking? Like, it's not like we're fucking data scientists, but like on chassis, like, is it just going like I don't know what's gonna happen there.
I mean, Toyota just uses the TNGA platform these days, right? So everything's sort of shared. It would
Yeah.
probably be built on a version of the TNGA platform that the Corolla uses.
If the GR86 goes away, is there? Do you think there's any world where them sharing a platform goes to like the new Celica and Subaru gets a version?
Maybe it would, because like the GR86 is based on just like a very 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 heavily modified Impreza chassis.
Yeah.
So the whole partnership would basically have to work the other way around. In
Well,
in, in this time, and this time Toyota would basically be supplying Subaru with everything: engine, chassis, and drivetrain.
yeah. Well, they do have a major stake in Subaru, so it's not. It's like 35% or something. Like that's
Yeah,
probably
it's
strong
just the
arm them.
current partnership is like the chassis is very much a Subaru product,
Right. The
and the
engine.
engine is very much a Subaru, but the direct injection system and everything is very much a Toyota product, and the transmission is Aisin, I think it is, but it's like a Toyota 6-speed that they've
Yeah.
used in the past. In
I
Yeah.
fact,
want
I
to
think
see
the old
Toyota
Lexus
build
IS.
a Macan competitor.
A
What is that?
Macan
What is that
competitor.
Japanese Lexus that they have that has the Yaris engine?
Oh,
If they
jeez.
do a version of that here, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, I forget the name of it right now, but I know
is it
which
an
one you're
RX
talking about.
350? No,
No,
that's
that's like
the
the
standard one. Sorry.
standard, like
It's like
your
based on
Asian
a.
friend's dad just made it in life, so he buys an RX 350.
That's so true. The typical
Uh,
RX 350 driver.
it's I don't even know which one it is. We just all talked about it. Like what?
But even if they use like the what is it, a CHR? Is that
CHR's being discon. It's the
I know they killed it, but if they put a nice engine in that car, that'd be pretty cool.
It's the LBX.
it is the LBX.
Yeah, that's the one. Lexus LBX.
But
think it's
that's
tiny,
not
though.
a Macan competitor. That thing is like smaller than the NX.
Yeah,
It's basically a lifted GR Corolla, isn't it?
Yeah,
smaller than that.
basically.
It's a
It's
RX.
basically like if they put the GR drivetrain in the Corolla Cross and made it look good.
It's based on the Yaris Cross, so it's even smaller than the Corolla.
No
Oh,
way.
So we don't even get the
We
Yaris
don't get
Cross
that,
here.
no.
Fuck me. Smaller than the fucking Corolla.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
excited. Like, I'm excited to see what they do. They would probably bastardize the car, but put it in that sort of subcompact SUV kind of body.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
I'd love to see one of those lowered.
I genuinely think if Toyota did a GR RAV4, it would print money for them.
You think?
Ooh, I'd buy one.
If they did a GR RAV4, it would
Stick?
print money. I definitely think it would print money for them.
What who the
Rav-
fuck wants that? Sorry, like other than Aaron.
Bro, all the people that buy like fucking Edge and Escape STs and shit, they're like, I don't want the base model. I'm gonna pay a little bit more for the badge. Yeah,
Yeah.
they buy that shit
Okay, fair enough.
because it's like a flex for normal people.
I guess it makes some. I guess it makes some sense. The Edge is first of all a disgusting product, but
Or the
for, like,
Explorer ST or
Explorer
whatever.
ST.
The
the reason I like that people buy Explorer STs is because when I come up on a black Explorer and I see the ST badge, I know it's not a cop. That's
Bro,
that's
Fuck people who buy those cars. Like, out of all the fucking cars you can get, why do you want to cosplay a cop?
dude. People who there are many. Here,
I don't think-
black Dodge Chargers.
Like, what is the
There
rationale?
are-
Oh, I want to buy an Explorer.
Black Dodge
because-
Charger with a mirror light.
Yeah,
Like-
bought directly from the fucking auction. You asshole. You piece of shit. I hope everything bad happens to you. I
Black
fucking hate
Steelies,
you.
12 months a year.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay.
That guy sucks. Yeah,
I
cosplaying
genuinely
a
don't
cop.
think I genuinely don't think people buying Explorers new, like normal people, are like, oh, I'm gonna look like the cops, and they're not gonna fucking bother. I really don't think that clicks for them.
I know. I think it fucking does. That's why they're
No,
always
I
buying
think it does
black
too.
ones.
Yeah.
No, 100%. These stupid
Or
fucking
white
assholes.
ones.
Or white ones. Yeah, they're always they always fucking do this thing where they like watch you drive, and every one of them does it. I'm completely fucking bastard. Fuck all of them. I'm completely fucking blanket statement. And they look at you as you pass by, and they're always wearing sunglasses, like those Facebook photos of like old white dudes who are taking photos in their fucking car with their sunglasses on. That's what every
Always-
Explorer ST
It's
driver
always
looks like.
aviators.
Yes.
Always wearing aviators.
They're cosplaying cops. They're cosplaying
100%.
cops. They pull up behind you at a red light. There's a free lane on the right, but they're coming up close because they're reading your
And-
plate. Fuck you.
This just like this part of this makes me want like how close can you get to a cop car but still within the limits of the law? Like throw a big dog cage in the back seat and put the seats down and
Bro, you can buy one of those like auction cop cars. And it has all
you
that.
can.
You
You're
can get
good
the
to
ones
go.
that
You're
have
ready
like
for the cosplay.
the black and white like thing, but they just took the word police off the side.
Yeah, so they're still black and there's black
Yeah.
body, white doors.
If Ford offered that as a fucking package, like a black and they call it the panda package, but really it's the wanna be a fucking cop package, and you know that would be
Let's-
every fucking
let's-
Explorer ST on the street.
Let's be honest, Ford would call it the Interceptor package.
They absolutely would. And it would print money. Because white moms named Debbie want to make everybody slow down around them. Fuck you.
Oh, you know what would be a good name for that package? The Vigilante Pack.
That's exactly what it is. They're fucking vigilantes. These are the people who have fucking the non-emergency fucking line on
That's a
speed dial.
good. That's a good
Asshole.
fucking marketing name right there. If they released a black and white Explorer or Charger with the Vigilante pack, holy fuck. They'd turn themselves out of bankruptcy immediately.
Yeah, I think they would, instead of making it a GTD, more like fucking idiot car. I'd say nobody's gonna buy. Nobody can afford these cars, first of all, and if they do afford them, they're never gonna use them, right? Like if you can't afford them, you're never gonna use them. Why would you
I
buy?
feel like a lot of manufacturers really miss like good names from time to time. Like I
Yeah,
really think Ford missed an opportunity to bring back the Thunderbird, but as an EV.
yeah. Oh yeah, the Mustang
Or
Mach
like
E. Fuck you.
or like the Mustang Dark Horse. Like if they called that shit the Nightmare, like Mare,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
No, that would be good. But dude, I don't look. I talk to these people all the time, being in that world, and I swear all of them are like working with the minimal amount of brain cells. You know, when you buy a fucking PC game and here's the minimum, here's the recommended. They're like scraping the bottom, right? Same thing with life. They're scraping minimum fucking
Yeah. Like
system
you know what?
requirements
Honestly,
to get
the only
through it.
company that like really does it well, Dodge, with the
Yeah,
fucking the Hellcat and the Demon, and the Scat Pack. Like
Dodge is good about that.
they just name their shit well.
Yeah, they pull
Like
it.
GM and Ford really missed an opportunity to have like Demon, Nightmare, and I don't know what GM would call the Camaro.
Speaking of,
Hennessy did the Exorcist Camaro, which
that
that
was
was pretty
good.
cool. But
That's a good name. That scammer is good at naming things.
he is.
Yeah.
It's crazy what you can do with other people's money.
It's insane, actually.
Wait, what's
I
the story
hate.
about that?
Yeah,
Did he come out as a scammer?
he
Oh,
didn't come
if you
out
go
as a
read old
scammer.
forum posts, Hennessy's all over them, like selling clients parts to buy parts to build other clients' cars and shit like that.
Oh
Just
yeah,
tons of forum posts.
he's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, maybe these days he's not, but like the reputation's ruined as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but if if you're a success now after being like the worst guy, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I went straight. Like, yeah, you've destroyed many people's fucking dreams. Who gives a shit? Like, fuck
Yeah,
you. You still fuck you.
yeah,
Speaking of, I saw the fucking electric. What is it? A Dodge Challenger, Charger.
yeah. The new Charger.
Yeah.
It's the Charger right now. They haven't released the Challenger yet. I don't
Right.
think.
Uh, it was making annoying fake "my engine is idling" noises, and
Yeah, that's the
it.
Frat.
Does
I
it
think
sound
it's
like it has
Fratsonic
cams?
exhaust.
Like,
It
how does it sound?
yeah,
It's basically
kinda.
got a JBL speaker on the back that plays engine noises,
Yeah.
which is very in line with the type of people that generally buy Chargers and Challengers. So
I just don't get. Okay, if you're gonna make an electric one, it's unfortunately what it is, right? But brother, with the fake fucking engine, nobody
I
likes
understand.
that.
Like if you want to put fake engine noises on it, that's fine. Pump it into the cabin.
Yeah, but yeah,
Just like the only person that needs to hear it is you, right? Like who the fuck cares if people outside can hear it if it's an EV?
dude, it's
Just
embarrassing.
pump it into the cabin. That way you can nobody knows what you're doing.
How did it
I
sound though? Was it good or was it
No,
like?
it didn't sound. It sounded like somebody was playing engine sounds through a speaker. It
Yeah,
doesn't sound real.
it literally sounds like playing Gran Turismo.
Was
It's
this
like
like the
tinny.
production car or what is it?
I am not 100% sure if it was a production car. I could go back to my video and see, but
I'm pretty sure a lot of reviewers are reviewing them now, so I think these are the production models.
yeah,
Like, this is
fuck.
how they're gonna come.
I really, really hope not. I really,
And
really.
then
I dream.
they're going to have the like internal
Mm.
combustion engine versions of them. Yeah, that's the production model
Okay,
that you're showing. That's
so
like
like
that's what you're gonna see at your local takeovers
that
in
was
like
burbling away. I fucking hate that. I really hate that. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just
They
fuck.
are gonna have like an internal combustion version, except they're not doing the V8 anymore. So the highest option engine you'll be able to get is the Hurricane Inline Six, which again, Hurricane is a good name. Dodge
It
is
is a
naming
good name.
very well.
Yeah. What is the? Yeah, I don't like Ford's naming conventions. Just to shit on them a little more. Coyote. I don't care. This is stupid. But, although I will say,
I
which one was the
I
Voodoo?
do like Voodoo and
Yeah,
Predator,
Voodoo's good. Okay,
Where did they
fine. A
get
little
those
bit of
names?
points.
or the Godzilla, like
Did
the
they call
seven
one
point
Godzilla?
three. Yeah, the 7.3
Okay.
liter Godzilla. I
I
do
don't know
like
where they
that.
come up with these names. I think they just pull them out of their ass. Like it's from old stuff, right? So like, but Ford
Like
does
the
it
Voodoo.
less.
Where does that come from?
I have no
Where
fucking
does what
clue.
come from?
The
Voodoo.
Voodoo engine.
The Voodoo is the GT350, the
No, but
5.2.
like,
Yeah,
what
but
is a name?
why do they call it that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they had a Voodoo in the past. I don't think they had a Coyote or a
Oh,
Predator in the past. I think they were just
well,
putting names to their engines.
okay. Voodoo is a good one. That's that. Okay, they got a good original name. Good for them. So wait, the V6, it's naturally aspirated. That is going to come for that Dodge Charger.
No, it's a twin turbo inline six.
Okay, I
Basically,
mean it's something.
think of like Dodge is trying to be BMW, basically. But yeah,
Right.
it's a high, like it's a big inline six, I think.
Okay, cool.
Right?
You gotta
Let's
look it
find
up
out.
first. I'm not. I mean, giving people the option is good. So like points there. I don't think the car looks bad. Like I do think it's like a very interesting design. I wonder. I didn't get in it. I do wonder how thick the fucking pillars are, and I assume
Oh,
the
no, it's a
answer is
3 liter.
real thick. So I don't know. We'll see.
Like on paper, the Hurricane is good. I'm pretty sure they use them in the Ram actually right now.
Do they?
Instead of the V8, the Ram comes with the Hurricane,
Right.
inline six, and they can make good numbers on paper. We'll see what happens when they come out in the new
So what are we
Challenger and
talking like
Charger.
mid threes?
Oh no, I think for the like the new Scat packs or SRTs or whatever, they were saying something like 450 or 460
Wow.
horsepower and a similar amount of torque.
I'm not a V8 diehard. I mean, I think we all are a little over the V8 diehards. People who are like, "Well, all motor, brother." Like we don't care, right? We're all
I don't really care about. I do think in a car like the Charger and Challenger it matters though, because that's a big part of what they are. Was the big V8.
American
yeah,
muscle, baby.
muscle. I'm gonna sit on my lawn chair, and you can look at my charger, and your charger looks
America.
the same. We have the
Yeah,
same charger.
I'm pretty sure the old V8s were like iron block V8s. Those they were really heavy. So even
Yeah.
though the inline six is a longer engine and has two turbos hanging off of it, it is actually going to be lighter than the V8.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm saying I know that the whole thing is they have a V8, but like if it's a good car, and it is reasonable, right, and not a piece of shit.
I I agree with you. I agree with you,
But
except look what happened to Mercedes when they took the V8 out of the C63 and put a four-cylinder in it. It is faster in every way than the old one, but they don't sell.
in fairness, that's a bigger step down. I feel like Forza, and you're never gonna make that sound
Or
good.
Porsches, right?
Yeah,
The
Porsches when they went
non-S
from the
is a
six-cylinder to the
flat
four-cylinder
four
Cayman,
Right.
turbo.
Right.
right? Like everyone considers that a step down, and as a result, the 981 generations hold their value extremely well,
Yeah. I mean,
as
that's
I
a good
found out.
point. I I
You
do
know,
think that by making the car lighter, which I believe this will be doing, but the real okay, let's be fucking straightforward. American muscle, heavy, doesn't turn boat captains, right? Doesn't turn.
traditional American muscle, yeah, like the Dodge Charger and Challenger, not the best handling cars, but they made a good noise. They were fun on a straight line, and people loved them for takeovers. And
Yeah.
you could finance a Hellcat for next to nothing, so everybody could afford one apparently.
Right.
Um, but like the Camaro and Mustang, like yeah, they're heavier, but they're not like they weren't super heavy, and they were really competent, good handling cars. Especially the Camaro on the Alpha platform, like it will vary, especially if you get like a like a 1SS or a 2SS with the 1LE
Right.
pack or ZL1 1LE, like they'll hold their own against a GT3.
Right. I okay, so that's the whole thing, right? Is I think the Camaro though evolved handling wise definitely much better than Dodge's offerings. Not amazing, but
Yeah,
better.
like the Challenger and Charger were like the last sort of true muscle car. Like they looked
Pony
good, they
car, I
sounded
guess,
good.
right?
They were great and fun in a straight line, but they didn't really handle well. They didn't really do track stuff that well. They got better towards the end of their run, but like the
But that
Mustang
wasn't
and
their point. Like those cars weren't meant for track. Cars were
yeah,
No,
for
but
cruising.
that doesn't that come off as a bit of an excuse because everybody else is more capable now. You can get a supercharged V8 from Ford, with the GT500 was supercharged, right?
it was supercharged 5.2. Yeah,
Right. So like everybody else is doing it. They were the last ones that were like, it's a muscle car. We don't have to do anything. You go in a straight line real quick, right? Everybody else evolved,
It's
and
a
I think
drag
that's the
car.
point.
That's what they did. That's why they have the
Right.
Demon and the all that.
And that's
yeah.
fine, but the V6 cars are not capable at anything, right? So I think that's the point, right? Is I would much rather drive an FRS or pretty much anything else than a V6 Challenger, and that has a
Mhm.
smaller engine and
Unless
it
unless you
goes
want
close.
that look.
I will
You
say
can't afford the V8.
I do really think that the Challenger is an attractive car. I think it looks the part. It looks menacing. I just can't drive one and be happy. So,
Like the new one or the previous
no,
generation.
like the previous gen. The new one, I'm going to give it a shot. If I get an opportunity to
Because I have
drive
to say,
one, I
like I
will.
think the new one looks really good,
No, it does.
but
It's
but the speaker exhaust kind of ruins.
No, it's stupid. It's really stupid. And I'm interested to see what happens if they become more BMW like, inline 6 twin turbo. Maybe they
I
lighten
mean,
up the
it's
car.
a Stellantis product. It's gonna look and feel like Timu BMW,
Ah, fuck.
and it's gonna be Timu BMW reliable as well.
Dude, Stellantis is that is a sinking fucking ship, man. I don't know.
And to tell you how little I know about these American cars, you guys were talking about the Charger. In my mind, I was thinking the Challenger,
That's
like
okay. It's
the
a very
bigger
close
one.
name.
They're basically the same. One's two door, one's four.
Yeah. Same stupid engine offerings. Same stupid kind of
This
drivers.
is like, yeah, this is the takeover car. You don't want to be seen in this.
No, but I do look. I'm not. Yes, in the same way that like, there's
Except
lots of things that
Aaron,
you don't want
you
to
have to
do.
remember, Anthony secretly likes takeovers.
I don't secretly like takeovers.
He
I think
secretly
they're
likes them.
wrong. I don't secretly. I openly think that it's fun to watch from a distance. I just think that they shouldn't be doing that. But that's like being like, oh no, that car's gonna hit that guy. I'm gonna look away. Like you would look too. I just am.
Anthony would go to a takeover, but he'll just wear a ski mask so nobody
I
knows
would
he's
not.
there.
What is this? I am not a child who does that. Dude, I couldn't. I could not. And that's this whole reason is like 90% of the fucking why we all moved away from the fucking FRS BRZ. Cuz that's another segment of what shows up and we swing at the swing the car at the fucking takeover, bro. Don't do
Do
that.
That's the
FRSs do that?
stupidest
I don't
thing I've
think I've
ever
ever
heard in my
saw
life.
that.
Absolutely. Huh? What's up,
Imagine saying
Nick?
I'm gonna go swinging and take the car swinging at the take. Like that's just fucking dumb.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of swinging a car at a takeover, I know we started at auto show and we've arrived here, but we've all been seeing these videos. I don't know if we talked about. I don't remember if we talked about it last time of these guys, and this is a phenomenon across the world now. Guys who are swimming through traffic, as they call it,
Oh,
big air
fuck.
quotes. Oh my fucking god! There's a video of these two BMWs, air quote, swimming through traffic, and they hit each other and nobody else. And I just got this is a
Gotta
bit
love it.
crude. I had a fucking boner when I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me right now. You know how many? No,
Gotta
one
love
other good thing. One thing that's better. A dude did that to me in real life and like fucking rode my ass and ripped around. I'm like, I hope bad things happen to that guy. 10 minutes later, he's on the side of the road. His front bumper is hanging, it's on the ground, and he's exchanging insurance information with a guy. Oh, fuck. Boner there,
it.
too.
I'm gonna make some assumptions here.
Yes.
Was it an Infinity product?
Well, the guy that I watched on the side of the road?
Did he pass you in potentially a car that starts with the letter G?
No, but that would have made it so much better. Actually, funny enough,
It
I
was the
think it
Charger.
was. No. Keep guessing. You're wrong, though.
Did it have a Mercedes badge?
It did not, but it was
No, it
German.
was a Honda. Oh, it was
No, it was
German.
not a
Ooh, it was
Honda.
An
German.
Audi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, not
this is
Audi.
tough. It could. I mean, obviously. So the only other option is BMW.
It was a BMW.
It was a 340.
It was a clapped out 335i, like from the
Oh
like
fuck, E90,
2012
E90's
generation. Yeah.
Ooh, so the previous generation of the 340 essentially. Same,
Yeah, pretty much.
douchebag.
It was. I don't know if it was like plasti dip. The paint looked like shit. It might have been wrap, might have been plasti dip. I don't know. That guy had $7 and he made it work, and
The
just ruined his
335
car,
I walked so the 340 could run.
dude. 335i fucking broke its leg so the 340 could be purchased by a kid who works at a gas station. I can't. So okay, this is the thing too, and this is it's funny with takeovers. So you've got the M340i or whatever, very popular, right, with that crowd. Obviously, for people with less money who don't want to finance a car, maybe mommy and daddy are buying them a car. FRSs, BRZs, very popular with that crowd. But there's a few other
Q50s.
cars.
You forgot Q50s.
That's what I was gonna say. There's a few other cars that I would never own because it's a fucking Nissan product that they are purchasing. Like Q50s and Q60s and like cars that, especially the fucking, what do they call it? Red Sport. Yeah, Red Sport.
Okay, Q50s are basically 340i's for people who can't afford 340i's.
Pretty
They're
much,
still
yeah.
expensive though.
That's-
They're
that's
not.
what
Oh,
they
cheap.
they're
are.
still a little pricey, but like you can get a used one for about the price of a new Camry. And mom and dad are like, "Oh, it's an Infinity. It's a safe car for my son. Beautiful." And then your son is fucking lighting fires
Yeah, and
in
then
a fucking
they go around like, oh, it's got the same engine as the 370Z, so it's basically a 370Z, right?
I mean, it's in fairness, it's got the same engine as the fucking 400Z or whatever because it's the Red
Yeah,
Sport engine.
the earlier ones came with the 3.7, but yes, they did also eventually switch to the 3-liter
Yeah.
twin turbo.
Uh,
All of them have pops and bangs tunes.
oh yeah. I mean, they drop a $500 tune, no supporting mods, just fucking right out the door. Now that's hilarious coming from a guy who, if he did not have a warranty, would absolutely be stage 1, big air quote, fucking
That's not a
tuning my
pops
car.
bangs tune though.
No, I would
That's
never
not,
do that.
There's a difference. There's a difference. Tuning for more power, fine. Tuning so that you destroy your cats and make pops and bangs artificially, stupid.
No, it is dumb. You know, it's fucked up. Apparently,
if it doesn't do it from the factory, it's fucking dumb.
This thing
says
actually
the
looks
super
Even if it's
owner.
artificial from the factory, that's
What is that
acceptable. The
there?
factory put it there.
This Q50. You know, it's a nice looking car.
It's not.
is a
The
nice looking
front
car.
is. The back, I really don't like.
I like the back too.
The
I don't mind
Q50 is
that.
one of those things that it's like Mustangs and Challengers. Like the owners ruin them.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
The
Hyundai
side
owners.
profile has like this.
Yeah, it's like exactly the Q. It's like the Elantra N. The Elantra N is a car, like on paper, good car. See the
Yeah.
people that own them, bad car.
Yeah. Dude, I saw one today, and I know it was new, and I just was staring, and I went, clap from factory. Like it's just.
But I think that
they're
mentality
perfect for
is
that type
holding
because they
back.
literally come with a pops and bangs tune from the factory. If you put it into N mode,
Yeah.
that's why they love them.
What's up,
It's
Aaron? Sorry.
obnoxious. I hate the pops and bangs
Yeah.
on the Elantra.
Yeah. It's really
They're just
loud.
so fake. You know, you follow one, he's like pretend like a
You know what it is? I think it's like my ability to accept pops and bangs goes up as the engine gets nicer.
Sure, I
Sure, yeah,
guess.
that's fair.
You know, like the V8, like the Jaguar F-Type, the V8S, or like a C63. I do like me a pops and bangs on one of those.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I don't
On a
understand.
4-cylinder Elantra N, which is just like a Golf R for poor people.
Right. Well,
Don't like it.
golf are for poor people. I'll take the compliment. I don't know, man. I just can't do. I don't want to hate companies by default, but fuck, man. You know what Hyundai had on the show floor today? An Elantra, just an Elantra.
They're just a regular.
Not
Elantra.
even a good trim, like the base Elantra, and they're like, there it is, and I'm like,
They
okay.
still make the Elantra?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's their best-selling car, bro.
Yeah, it's one of
You
the
go
best
in there
sellers.
with like 3 nickels, and they're like, we could finance that. Like they have to be dipping
Literally,
into subprime.
Hyundai will finance anybody with a pulse. Doesn't really matter.
I wish they put the N on the Elantra hatchback instead of the
You mean like the i30N? like they got in
Yeah.
Europe, because I like the i30N.
I would
looks
import
nice.
one when it comes time. That's gonna be a good car to buy.
That will, you know what, that will be. You're right,
I think that's a
because
future
it's like
classic.
Wait, so
it
they
looks a
actually
lot
do have
better.
that? Like,
In
Yeah.
Europe, they had the
In Europe.
i30N. But we never got it.
Yep.
Oh.
It's basically just a like the end. Well, we got the sorry, not Cone. What the fuck? I keep forgetting
We
Veloster
got the
N.
Veloster N,
Yeah,
which that one's. I fucking hate the Veloster because it has mismatched doors. It's got two
I don't
fucking
mind
doors
it.
on one side and one door on the other, and it's
That's
fucking stupid, and I hate it.
it's your ADHD talking.
I hate the look of the Elantra N.
I
The
oh my
four-door.
god,
Just, I don't
I
know,
like it. I don't know.
weird proportions.
Yeah, but it's funky and weird and cool.
You know what the Elantra N gives me?
Hmm.
It gives me the same type of vibe that like a TRD Camry gives me. It's just like
Oh come on.
I'm trying to have a nice fun car, but like my wife won't let me. So
But is this
I'm gonna fold and buy this family
okay?
sedan that has
No,
a wing and a
no.
slightly spicy
You
engine.
But
no.
it's very capable though, so at least it
It
has
is
that
very
going
capable.
for
Like I
it.
No,
said,
it
on
is
paper, it's a
capable.
numbers car. It's a good car, but that's the vibe it gives off to me.
I don't know.
It's just
How is that possible? You
like
respect
I
Elantra?
feel
Well, you
like
don't.
everybody buying an Elantra N is compromising because they can't afford or can't buy what they actually want for some reason.
Okay, I. Oh my god, that's a strong
I have to
fucking
agree.
stance.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Okay, I look. If I my issue. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm being fucking from two angles. I'm being fucking assassinated. Okay, I like the Elantra N, the new one with the updated bumper. I mean this from the bottom of my. I have to say it with my chest. If you own a pre-facelift Elantra N, do you have eyeballs? It's not finished. It's unpainted. The front looks like shit. Regular Elantras look better than the front of an Elantra N. Go bumper swap with a base model, you fucking loser. But with that in mind, I'm not sorry. With that in mind, both of you are fucking crazy if you think that the fucking Veloster N is not more other than the door. I'll give it to you. You're either in or out. Other than the door, it is way more visually appealing than the fucking dumpster fire that is the front of the last generation of Elantras. What are you talking about? And as far as getting what you want, if you are someone with bad credit, okay, you can get yourself into an Elantra.
If you are someone with bad credit, you should probably just take the fucking bus and not buy anything
No,
until you have better credit. That's probably what you should be doing.
I-
But like
yeah.
you're literally just like you're proving my point. The Elantra N is owned by people who can't afford what they actually want. So
But
they
I
end
do-
up
okay.
in an Elantra N, and then they drive it like they can't afford what they actually want. And then it ruins it for everybody that actually likes it as a car.
And they don't maintain it because they can't afford the Elantra N either. They can't fucking afford that shit. Dude, don't. Okay, I'm sorry. If we're going to start assassinating characters, listen, CTR enjoyers, you fucking assholes buying a car 30K over MSRP and then it's going back down to MSRP. You're out of your fucking mind. The ITS is sitting on the shelf waiting for you, and you're going to pay more money for a fucking Civic? I know that once upon a time, oh, you don't understand, bro. In the DC2, I don't give a shit, okay? That was 20 years ago. You're bald now, bro. Give it up, okay? I know you can. I saw one post that was like, I spend more money sitting in my bed on collectibles. Why not? But why not? Because you're stupid. I can't do it anymore, okay? I can't do it with these fucking Civic drivers, okay? At least the last gen one is fucking cheap now. It's like, it's cheaper. You get it for fucking 30 something in Canada. Asterisk. I'm not paying $75,000 for the same car that's de-riced. I'm not.
Bro, it's heritage, you know?
What heritage?
It's the Type R heritage. That's all it is.
I'm going to explain this, but I'm not going to yell about it like Anthony. I'm going to explain it as a calm human being.
Wait. Before you get into that, I think that's what's missing for the Elantra N. It just doesn't, and Hyundai as a brand, it just doesn't have any heritage, and I think that's important when you try to.
It has heritage. It's just a heritage of bad credit.
Like who grew up fantasizing that they were going to own a Hyundai product?
Horsepower matches a credit score. This is my thing with the Civic Type R. yes, Honda does have heritage with the Type R badge, but if you go back and you look at like the DC5 or the DC2 or the I think it's the FD2, even
Yeah.
the FN2, they were like the whole point of it was you basically got like what was a club race car for the road. So less sound deadening, less creature comfort, stitch welded chassis, stiff suspension, lively engine. That was the formula. Optional radio, optional AC, optional power windows. Everything is optional because the formula at its core is club race car for the road. The last two generations of Civic Type R are just they're just like fully loaded heated seats, this, that, and everything and the other thing. It's not really a true Type R. They're kind of just whoring out the badge.
No, I agree.
That's my opinion on it. I think they're more in line with what used to be the SIR, which was you got the fun engine, but you got all the luxury comforts and everything else in the car.
No, I agree.
I think they're just using the Type R badge and throwing some red bucket seats and carpets in there and cashing in on the people that are willing to pay for it. Which, you know, in all fairness, that's fine. It clearly prints Honda a lot of money. I don't like that personally.
No, I agree. And that's my issue too is you talk about, and this is not specifically Aaron, it's everybody who likes them. They talk a lot about heritage, right? And it's like, first of all, we didn't even like what do we got like we got Type R's, but they were like it was like an Acura Integra. So like it's not even really a Honda, bro, even though it is a Honda, but like so like there's a whole mishmash of badges happening anyway. And then that yeah, the formula's not even the fucking same anymore. So Honda is taking a thing, slapping it on. Literally what Honda's doing is what 17-year-olds used to do in like 2009 when they bought a Civic. They put a Type R badge on it and red emblems and they went, "There you go. It's Type R." There's nothing Type R, but it's fast. It's also way too much power going through the fucking front wheels. I will say
They do
that.
manage that. They do manage it very well. I will give it to them. Like it's
I don't
like
have
I
to
said,
argue that. It's not just the
dynamically,
badge.
numbers
The
on
suspension and
paper.
everything is all different. Engine's different. It's
Yes.
It is, but like the like I said, like originally the SIR was basically that. You got, the suspension, the engine, the transmission, short ratio gears. You got basically the full Type R package minus the stitch welded chassis, but you got all the creature comforts in the cabin. The Type R was supposed to be like stiff
Stripped down.
chassis, stiff suspension, the fun engine, but like fully stripped out, as light as it possibly can be, so you can, go do club races on the weekend, but you can still drive it as a plated and registered vehicle on the road.
But if you can take it to the track and still have an interior and have fun, why not? Why do
Right,
you
but you're
want
talking
to
about
strip
heritage. I could take my Elantra N to the track and still have an interior and
It's
have fun, but there's no
refinement,
heritage.
brother. Refinement.
But you love BMWs, and they brought that funny German man over to Korea, and he was very confused. And then he went, and then he said, "I'm gonna do something about this." And then he went, "It was M, now it's N," and then that was it. That's how we
You know
are,
what?
dude.
Give Hyundai 20 years, people are gonna want to buy like the most mint condition Elantra N here.
I completely disagree with you.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
like
defending.
you can give any. There's people out there collecting fucking Cavalier Z24s right now. Like, there's gonna be a market for everything.
Yeah, I suppose that's.
I came
true.
across Facebook. There's a fucking Chevrolet Beretta group, and they go to Tail of the Dragon every year. Like,
What?
people will
Alright.
collect everything.
Okay.
I'm serious. The one guy he had like a Chevrolet Beretta Z. I don't know what, like Z22 or Z24 on fucking
Fuck is,
BBS LMs.
What?
Wheels are literally worth like 3 times more than the car, probably.
Oh my god.
And they do like dragon trips every year.
I
And,
had to
like, that's
remind
fine.
myself
I mean,
what that is.
if that's your shit, that's fine. It's just like everybody will collect something.
Okay, but do you think that in that case it's just that the car is old and therefore there is like cuz I agree. I have a soft spot for like land yachts, right? Or like really old like Malays era cars because
Fucking love me a New Yorker.
yeah, well like my grandfather had a Chevrolet Celebrity, right? And
So you're
I
into, like,
Oh,
Crown
I
Vics?
remember those.
no, not Crown Vics. I don't like those. But I don't know, it's a very soft like with maroon, everything inside is maroon. Even the fucking seatbelts are maroon.
And they had like the corduroy seats and shit.
Yes.
And they were all really heavily padded. They were really comfortable, but sucked as seats in a car.
What
Dude,
car is
it's
this?
a Chevrolet Celebrity.
Yeah, or like in my case, my dad had like an early 1990s Chrysler New Yorker.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
these cars are like the ones that you get in you play Gran Turismo, not Gran Turismo, Grand
Grand
Theft
Theft
Auto,
Auto?
like the shitty cars that you get that you
The
like dump.
beaters, because that's
Yeah.
what they used to that's what they used to be in the 2000s. Me and Anthony talked about this a few weeks ago. That whole market of like old sort of Malays era domestic like GM, Dodge, and Ford products, like shit like the New Yorker and stuff that people used to buy as beaters for like $600. That whole market is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. But like,
Yeah,
I kind of miss it in a way.
I miss it. I watched it happen and now it's gone and it bothers me. It's like a little piece just disappeared.
You know, like I think it was
Ooh, I
after
like
we
this one
finished the
with the
recording one
maroon
day, but like
interior.
me and Tony were talking about it, and like one of
That's the one.
my friends, yeah, that's oh fuck, I missed that. One of my friends for like he bought a Dodge Shadow, a green Dodge Shadow, and he called it Greenie. He bought it from a junkyard for $50, and it was his daily for like 2.5 years. And it had like so little power that like you had to get a running start to go up steep enough hills because it
Hell
would
yeah.
slowly lose speed as you went up. So if you didn't have enough to start, you literally would not make it to the top
It needed a running
if the
start, the
hill
poor
was long
thing.
enough.
Bro, just imagine Tony pulling up in one of these. You're
Dude,
like, bro, what's wrong?
first
Bro,
of
like
all,
Down
if
really
we
bad.
all bought something like that, like I would drive into you guys in traffic for fun because who
yeah,
cares?
that would be great. Well, okay, hold on. So just for anybody, because I'm not even gonna bother. We're looking at GMC celebrities, but my grandfather actually had a GMC celebrity Eurosport. So basically, he had the Impreza STI of the GMC celebrity. It had a pin. I remember that pinstripe. I used to trace it with my finger because I was that tall. Yeah. So pretty fucking cool. Apparently, I don't know. It's nostalgic. I would
They don't
absolutely
even
do
have
that
these
though.
cars on Auto Trader.
No,
Like,
they're gone,
they're
man.
gone.
They're gone. They were
Yeah,
most of them just
like
rotted
my
away.
dad had one of these when I was growing up, Chrysler New Yorker,
What
which is
generation
like
is the
that's like mid to late 80s.
right? My God, that one's even plated in British Columbia. Man, look at that fucking thing. Every time I see one of these cars on the road, I smile. It's
But like,
cool,
look at the interior. Look at how fucking comfortable this shit is. You don't even get this in an S class anymore,
dude. You
what would
slosh
it look
around
like?
in that. It's
bro.
just
That's
like
like it's like a fucking lazy boy. Like you could sleep on that shit and it'd be
that
comfortable.
quilted fabrics and tufted.
Like
I was gonna say
don't
leather,
mind
but
like the wood paneling. That's just like some glued on
I
wood.
don't
But like
miss
those are
that.
some
I like that.
comfortable ass
I like
seats.
this interior. This is very mid-century modern.
Dude, I
Fuck with
love it.
this.
I hate that cuz these okay, there is one car and it's right near my grandmother's place and it's been there for the last 30 years. It is a like Woody station wagon and the owner, this is cruel, but the owner must be near dying soon. So, I am thinking that someday I might just leave my card and say if you're ever interested in selling this, hit me up. Cuz that would be it looks good. Every time I pass by it, it looks good. It would be
What car is
amazing if
it? Do
some
you
old.
know?
I have no fucking idea. I've never gotten close enough. It's probably some kind of Oldsmobile. So I don't know. It's one of the ones with the wood on the side. I would daily the shit out of that. That would be fucking fantastic.
Oldsmobile. Is it? Did they do the LeBaron? No,
Uh,
Chrysler did the LeBaron. I don't. I can't. I feel like I can picture the car in my head. I just can't think of the name right now.
no, it's very rounded. The LeBaron is very like angular. I will find out. I would at some point I will drive by it and I'll just get way like right up on it and make the
Is it
poor elderly
this?
woman. No, not that old. Oh my
Oh
God,
no.
Aaron, that's a car from the '60s
I
or
don't know, bro.
'50s. No, no,
Anything
no.
pre-90 looks like this
It's
to
like
me.
'80s
We all gotta
80s
pull up
Woody
in like
wooden
Lincoln Town
station
Cars or
wagon.
something one day so Aaron can experience
Okay,
that
let
era
me.
of car.
There is I don't know what their deal is. You ever see a place and you're like, I wonder what they make, right? Like, there's all these unnamed buildings. These people are collecting like 80s mob era like limousines, like the like ones that are just like sort of like a stretched town car, and they all look like they're in mint. They're all plated. This is in the Halton area. I won't say specifically, but they're all plated. Oh, I found it. I found the wagon. It's this. I don't know what it is, but it just popped up in Google image search when I was looking for wooden station wagons. It is a Buick
fuck.
Roadmaster.
Yeah, the Roadmaster.
It is a wooden Buick 1996 Buick Roadmaster.
You know, we really do have stuff like that to blame for like European style wagons not really being as popular in North America.
drive
It's
this.
because most of the stuff that came out in wagon era were fucking Roadmasters.
No, I
Shit
know
like
they're
that.
not good cars. I would drive the shit out of it, but they're not good cars. Like they're cars you complain
Oh no.
about.
It's just it's like it's the Malaysia thing. Like that thing probably had like a 5.7 liter V8 that made like 110 horsepower
You know
and
what's
and
it-
like 315 pound-feet of torque, because that's how the engines coming out. That's how the V8s coming out of the States worked back then.
Yep. You know what's
I'm
fucked up
just trying
too
to
is
imagine
Buick
how
still makes
cool
them.
I'd look driving this.
Buick
still
still makes
make
a
that?
wagon. No, this is not a Roadmaster. This is a Buick Regal Tour X. So they still
You
make
need
a
the wood
fucking wagon.
panel.
Yeah, you just need the wood panels. I wouldn't do that. I think they look good. I would daily that. I think that's a cool looking wagon. You don't get the hot version.
I've never
that
seen
they-
this car in my life.
They're not very popular. But I will say on some fucking wheels lowered, big brakes, like I think that they're attractive.
You know, they did actually, from I think this same generation Buick Regal, make a, oh, I forget what the name of the trim was. It's either like GS or GX or something, but
it
it's
is
like
a
a
GS, yeah.
300 and something horsepower all-wheel
Yep.
drive.
You don't
turbo
you don't get
four
that.
cylinder, I think.
Yeah, so the wagon doesn't come as a GS. You can only get that hot version of the car in a fucking sedan, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Like just make
Wow.
it in the white. That's
This
all you have to
car
fucking
actually
do.
exists.
Yeah, it's real. Okay, I know it's hard to believe, but it's real.
Like,
I
I've
think
never seen this car in my life.
because they don't sell them in Canada. They sell them in the
Oh, okay.
States. They don't sell them here. Or at the
That makes
minimum,
sense.
they don't sell the wagon here. I'll tell you that for sure. They do sell
You
it
know
in
where
the
they
States.
probably sell that in like Europe and China. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Buick is like really, or I don't know if they still are, but was really popular in China. Have no idea why.
I don't know. I don't understand it either. It's so weird. Like of all, because China imports a ton of like BMWs and then they're like Buick, I think, which is what? Like I would
Yeah, like-
sooner drive
like-
a Lincoln.
China is literally the reason why some Buick models, in fact, probably Buick as a brand, still exists.
That
It's
is
because of
actually
China.
it. And if they remove, I forget who said that, but if Buick stopped existing in the States, it would take away from the perception of the brand in China, which is the only reason they continue to exist in the States. I don't get it.
Prestigious history is why.
Oh my God, back to this prestige. Back to
I mean, I guess
Uh,
like everybody here
heritage,
thinks
bro.
like a Benz or a BMW is a foreign, I guess, to Chinese
mean-
people. Maybe a Buick is a foreign, and it's good.
I guess so. Okay.
I
mean-
doesn't-
Why Buick?
doesn't
Why not
sit well with me.
Cadillac?
I don't know because you're stupid. I
know.
guess there's no good reason. There really isn't. I will say, okay, take away the fact that we have known Buick our whole lives and known that they're shit cars, for up until probably very recently. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's an unattractive vehicle. Like I think, look, this is the like standard car. If you're a base level salary man in China, like you're getting to work like this. You know what I mean? Well, no, actually, you're probably not getting to work like that. You're walking to work and being treated like shit. But if you're like a C tier, not a D tier, like a C tier, if this is your baby's first car, like it looks better than it is. It definitely writes not checks it can't cash, but it gives off an air, I think.
Bro,
That's
if
probably
I
what it
was
boils
from
down to.
China, I'd be rolling in that Xiaomei jumping car. That, like,
Absolutely, the
Goes
thing
in
that
water and shit too.
with the fucking tiny mini Brembo. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is garbage, bro.
You guys
I
see
wanna,
that ad where the car like jumps over the speed bump? Or, like not
Yeah.
not the speed bump, like the road imperfections. That's
Yeah.
insane.
but then it crashes on track because the pad is literally this big and the caliper's this big. So, Did you not see that video? So this okay. Uh, or is that the other? What's the other fucking one? The other Chinese sport. They're like they make smartphones and now they make a sports car for some reason.
Ooh, the Xiaomi?
It might be the Xiaomi one. Is that the which one's the one that? Oh no, Huawei.
Huawei, yes.
Yes. Did
Huawei
you
makes
see
a
that
car?
video?
Huawei makes a car now.
I don't think it's
What?
Huawei, bro. I think it's Xiaomi. I don't fucking know, bro.
Nope,
Oh
it's the
fuck,
Huawei.
Huawei does
Huawei
make
makes
a car.
cars.
Jesus.
It might be the Xiaomi one that I'm referring to, but Huawei apparently does make cars. So
Oh.
that's very interesting. Yeah, it might be the Xiaomi. Either way, there's a guy on a track. He's testing all these cars. He tries to brake, the brakes fucking fail, and he careens into the fucking wall of the track. And when they pull off the caliper in the video, I'll send it to you later. It's a Brembo caliper. It's this fucking big, and the pad is this big. It's Brembo, honestly. It's not. There's no way that shit's real Brembo. That's some knockoff specials. It looks bad. Like, the poor guy. It's not his fucking fault. Also, the seat, like,
I
collapses.
remember this. I remember you sending this.
Like,
Yeah,
it
this seat
collapses. It's the worst fucking car. And then people are like, why wouldn't you buy a BYD? That's why. Because they can't do that on a one-off, like, $2 million sports car.
But like, the average person probably would buy a BYD because
I know they would. I know they would.
Because like, they look pretty fucking good.
Would they pass North American crash test? They passed European ones, right?
If they passed European ones, they'd pass North American
Yeah.
ones.
They
I
probably
just don't
fudged
trust
it,
like that.
knowing the
I
Chinese.
believe they fudged it. Absolutely, they fudged it. And I believe
They
that
did,
Europe
like,
would
that
let them
one
do it.
Top Gear special where like they recorded the crash in reverse.
Yes, exactly. I'm convinced that this is we'll get off this, but like I'm convinced that Europe would let companies, like, they're so obsessed with this idea that batteries are going to save the world that I believe that they would let companies like skate by to get like more cheap EVs into their countries. I fully believe that. I'll end on, maybe we can end on this, but at the auto show there's a lot of stuff you've already seen. You know, Audi revealed some crap that I don't care about. It's all EVs. But I did talk to a Rivian rep, and they're doing the small one now. I think it's like the R.
Was that there? Was that on our show?
R1S.
Yeah,
Or
so
is
that
it
was
R-
there. It's I mean, I don't really care for them. Obviously, they have a good road presence.
The R2. Okay.
It's the R2, right? They have a good road presence. It's smaller. It's going to be cheaper. I think they're shooting for something like, I think the rep said something in the neighborhood of 65,000 for it, Canadian. No final pricing though. He said it's just a general range. But I was talking to him about it, and I was like, all these companies enter this space, this EV space, because they have electronic manufacturing expertise, right? Chinese companies that could do cars did not exist before like EVs entered the scene, right? And that makes me uncomfortable, right? But Rivian, and this is almost a Rivian plug, but all their cars are going to be manufactured in like Normal, Illinois, which is a stupid fucking name for a town, but God bless if you live in Normal, Illinois. They're all going to be made there, and then they're launching it. They're another factory in like Chicago, like near Chicago or something, and yeah, everything's done there. Like it's not, no, there's no outsourcing. So I would be confident buying an EV from Rivian. If people really seem to care about they buy bigger and bigger cars because they're obsessed with the safety of their family, right? They tell themselves that if they buy a big SUV, I'm keeping my family safe. So it's kind of fucked up in my head when like a country and like legislature has a history of letting things go by if they think it serves some greater purpose, or like countries and companies that are no business manufacturing cars. So anyway, all of this to say, don't buy a BYD. Unless China gives me a bunch of money, and then I'll tell you buy a BYD. I am for sale, China. I want to make that super clear. But Rivian, honestly, I would say if I had to buy an EV, probably a Rivian. Pretty cool.
Take it over Tesla.
Oh, absolutely. It's not even a fucking question. I wouldn't buy a Tesla. Loser ass car.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if you own a Tesla and you're listening, fuck you. Specifically. You fucking Model 3,
'em.
fucking poverty ass.
Remember for that week, maybe like 2 weeks, I was obsessed with the Model 3.
Yeah, I know. It
Yeah.
was scary. It was a scary time.
Almost lost me there, eh?
Yeah, no, we almost
We've
lost
we've we've
you a few times.
we've had to do that a few times now.
Yeah, we almost
I
lost
always
you
just come
to
back.
when you sold the BRZ and you didn't buy a car for a long time.
Oh yeah, you almost became one of those gas station people that was like, "Oh, I used to have one of those
Yeah,
when I was your age." You were so close.
we almost lost you to the.
So
You were
close.
comparing them.
You started golfing. It
Yeah,
was bad for a while, man.
that was it's still fucked up, honestly, because he keeps saying shit like the M3, and then he'll be like, "Well, what about the Model 3?" Remember, that was a bad time in Aaron history.
When the M3 was actually the Model 3.
Yeah, when he said M3, he meant Model 3. That was fucked up. I'm glad we saved you from that fucking horrible fate, but I don't know. We'll see, because if you sell the S2000, you're gonna take like 2 years to buy something else.
I
Yeah, we're
will
gonna have
say
to.
that I was okay to stomach the Tesla, even
Mm.
with all the Elon shit before, but like all the stuff that he's done like after that, no way. I could not be seen driving that car. People are gonna egg the shit out of my car, or like just
Bro,
give me
I
bad
was
vibes.
already gonna egg the shit out of your car. I was already
Bro,
gonna do it.
do you guys ever like if you're at the mall and shit? Do you guys ever like unplug the Teslas that are charging?
No, you can't.
I've done that twice.
What do you? What do you mean? I thought they had a fucking counter thing for that.
I don't know. I just pulled it and came out.
Oh my god. Are you supposed to lock it after you plug it in?
I don't fucking know.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
own
that.
one. I don't want one.
It's my favorite Top Gear bit. Do you know that Top Gear bit is actually the reason they added the safety pin to
Is it?
chargers? Yeah. After that
Well, I
came
don't
out,
know.
they started adding a safety pin so that you couldn't pull them out without unlocking the car first. But apparently people aren't locking their Teslas.
Came out for me.
I haven't done it, but I'm gonna try. It's not that I hate them. I just want them to be
Yeah, just
inconvenienced.
yeah. I don't do it. Obviously, I'm not doing it all the time. I just did it once, and I was like, "Oh, that worked." And then another time, I was like, "I wonder if it actually still works." And I guess I got lucky.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be
Imagine
funny?
that person coming out of the mall. They're probably like, "Holy fuck, I have no range to go home."
Yeah, they should have thought about that when you bought a fucking
Now they
Tesla.
can plug it back in and go back to the mall.
Yeah,
Consumerism.
it's their fault. Honestly, I think the funniest idea, just single mom, stressed the fuck out. Single mom that you would sell your Kia Soul to, but she finally made it. She has a Tesla, but she's so stressed out from her 17 children that she hates, right? And they all pile into the Tesla, and it like James once said, and says the range says 2. She kills all of those children because
That
I
sounds like
fucking
a
would.
them problem. I mean, I guess we could probably end it on like if you're listening and you are a kid and you do like causing mischief, instead of causing it for like groups of other people in public, just go around unplugging EVs instead and make it targeted.
As the Top Gear Trio once said, it's really funny and you should do it.
I agree. That is some great advice.
That's a fucked up way to end, but I like it. Fuck all of them, right?